The Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics says the opioid epidemic is the deadliest drug crisis in American history, killing nearly 90 Americans a day.
Fox 23's Alyssa Cole tells us how they're working to address the problem in tonight's top story.
According to the Mississippi Department of Narcotics, there's a big opioid problem in the state, killing dozens of Mississippians.
We had 249 drug overdose deaths reported to the Bureau of Narcotics in 2017. 91 of those were from prescription painkillers.
John Dowdy is the director of the state's Department of Narcotics, and he paid a visit to medical students at William Carey University to discuss the death and danger associated with overprescribing drugs.
We've got to change the way of thinking for the prescribers, and I think through educational efforts like this is a way that we can change that. And they need to hear the truth. Big pharmacy has been lying to the medical community for years, and the reality of the situation is these drugs are very addictive.
For 1 hour, Dowdy discusses responsible prescribing to teachers, students, nurses, and doctors. He says while Americans make up 5% of the world's population, Americans also consume 99.7% of hydrocodone products in the world.
I don't believe doctors are intending to try and hurt their patients, which means there must be some outside pressure, potentially on the policy side, of the administration side, where satisfaction needs to go up. And maybe that's just because, they're trying to keep numbers up, and that outside pressure will force physicians to not use their good judgment.
Dowdy says the pressure on the medical community is from big pharmacies.
The pharmaceutical industry that manufactures the opioids, it's about the bottom line, it's about profits. And, I've said before, and it's abundantly clear that when a lot of these drugs were created, there was very little research done by the pharmaceutical industry on the addictive nature of these drugs. And they just started pushing it out there as a miracle drug.
Mississippi Department of Narcotics officials say one of the best ways to avoid problems with opioids is to simply get rid of the pills at your local law enforcement agency. Alyssa Cole, Fox 23 News.
The Mississippi Highway Patrol Office on Highway 49 and J.M. Tatum Industrial Drive in Hattiesburg is a drop-off location for unused or unwanted prescription opioids.